Hello everyone, welcome to one more session of science with me. Children, today we are continuing the chapter solid, liquid and gases. Children, we have already studied in the previous video changes in the different states of matter, and we have studied the processes of freezing, melting, evaporation and condensation, right? So further we are continuing with the three basic terms, as you can see on the board, that is solute, solvent and solution. So let's study. Okay, so the first one is solute. So children, when we're talking about the solute, the substance that dissolve in a liquid is called a solute. For example, we're talking about sugar and salt. So this sugar and salt is a solute. Okay, so when you're going to put this sugar and salt in water, what will happen? This sugar and salt will dissolve in water. Okay, water is a liquid, so this will dissolve, this sugar and salt will dissolve in a liquid, that is called a solute. So the substance that dissolve in a liquid is called a solute. So this sugar and salt is a solute. Okay, now the second one is a solvent. Now the solvent, see children, the substance or liquid in which the solute dissolve is called solvent. So just now I told you about the solvent. What is the solvent? The sugar and salt. These are the solid. Okay, so this sugar and salt is a solute, and when it dissolve in a liquid, liquid is a water, so your water is a solvent. Okay, so when this sugar and salt will dissolve, okay, in water, water is a liquid, and when these two substances will dissolve in water, that is called the solvent. Okay, so don't get confused in solute and solvent. Okay, solute means the things are solid. Okay, when we're talking about the sugar and salt, these are the solid things, and when we're talking about the water, water is a liquid. So when we're talking about the solute, the substance that dissolves in a liquid is called a solute. So the substance will be your sugar and salt. This is your substance. Okay, and when you put it in the glass where the water is there, when you put these two substances in a water, what will happen? These two things, sugar and salt, will dissolve. Okay, and where these two things are going to be dissolved, it will be dissolved in a liquid. Liquid is a water. Okay, so that is your solute. And when we're talking about the solvent, so the substance or liquid, water is a liquid. Okay, so here the substance, when we're talking about the solvent, here the substance is water, so water is a liquid, so it is your solvent. And in this, what will be dissolved? What you are going to dissolve? That your solute. So solute is your sugar and salt. Okay, that dissolve in the, when it dissolve, okay, in water, that is called the solvent, right? So the substance or liquid in which the solute dissolve is called solvent. Okay, so the examples of the solvent are water, milk, etc., and the example of the solute are salt, sugar, etc., right? Okay, now children, the third one is solution. So a solution is formed when two or more substances mix together, right, that they are eventually disturbed without. So the substance that dissolve, you know this, when I told you about the solute and the solvent, the substance that dissolves is called the solute. The substance in which the solute dissolve, that is called your solvent. And the solution, where a solute and solvent together form, they form a solution. So the mixture of solute and solvent, they form a solution, right? So the solution is your solute and solvent. I told you just now, the solute, when you're talking about the solute is your salt and sugar, and the solvent is your water. When these two substance will dissolve, okay, so the mixture of solute and the solvent, they form a solution. For example, here, see, you will see the salt and sugar are the solutes, okay, and water and milk are the solvent, right? And you know, when you mix this sugar into water, what will be the solution will form? It will be become a sweet water. So that sweet water is your solution, right? Here the sugar is your solute, water is your solvent, and when the mixture of solute and solvent will form a solution. So this sweet water is your solution, right? Same thing, salt is your solute, water is your solvent, and what will be the solution? When you mix the salt in water, so the water will become salty. So the salty water is your solution, right? Sugar is your solute, water is your solvent, and the solution is your sweet water. So when you put the sugar in water, so what will be the solution? The sweet water will be there. So this sweet water is your solution, right? Now children, we are talking now children will be studying about what are the soluble substances and what are insoluble substances, right? So when we are talking about the soluble, means the things which completely dissolve. Okay, just now I told you the sugar and salt, these are the soluble because they completely dissolve in water. When you put the sugar in water, what will happen? After few minutes you will see this sugar will dissolve, is completely dissolved in water. So this is your soluble substance. Okay, so the substances that completely dissolves in a solvent, okay, solvent is your water, okay, are called the soluble substance. Okay, for example, sugar and salt are your soluble they are the soluble in water. Okay, they dissolve in the water. Okay, now the second one is your insoluble substances. So children, the substances that do not dissolve completely in a solvent. Okay, when you add some sand, and you know children, in sand some fine particles are there that will not dissolve completely in water. Okay, so that are called your insoluble substances. Okay, when you put the chalk in water, what will happen? It will not dissolve completely. Okay, in the water you will see some particles will be settled down at the bottom. Okay, so this means that is not dissolved completely in water. So what is the insoluble substance? The substances that do not dissolve completely in a solvent are called insoluble substance, right? For example, sand and chalk are insoluble in water because they will not dissolve in water completely. Okay, some still you will see some fine particles are left there. Okay, that is not dissolved in the water. So that is why it is an insoluble substance, right? Okay, now children, we will be studying how we will separate these substances. Okay, so you know there are two kinds of substances. One is your soluble substances, the another is your insoluble substances, right? So we have learned about the soluble substances. So children, you know soluble substances are those substances that dissolve completely in a solvent, okay, to form a solution. And insoluble substances are those substances that do not dissolve completely in a solvent. Okay. Now, so children, there are many ways in which we can separate the substances from a solution. Okay. So, the soluble substances can be separated, you know, by heating the solution. Okay. And you know what is a solution? Where the mixture of solute and the solvent, they form a solution. So the soluble substances can be separated by heating the solution. Okay, for example, the salt can be separated from the salt solution. I told you earlier, when the salt, because the salt is your solute, and when it is going to be mixed in the solvent, what it will make? It will make a solution, that is your salty water. So how you are going to separate it? So when the salt, see, this salt can be separated from the salt solution by heating the salt solution. When you will heat this salt solution, what will happen? Water will evaporate. On heating, what will happen? All the water will evaporate, and the salt particles are left behind. Okay, when you heat the salty water, what will happen? yeah, all the water will evaporate and only the salt particles will remain there. Okay, so in this way you can also separate the sweet water also. Okay, by heating. When you heat this sweet water, so what will happen? The sugar can be separated from the sweet solution by heating. Okay, so water will evaporate on heating and the sugar particles are left behind, right? So now we are talking about the insoluble substances. So children, insoluble substances can be separated from a solution by the process of the filtration, sedimentation and decantation. These three processes are there. Okay, so from these three processes we can remove the insoluble substances. So I told you what are the insoluble substances? The substance that do not dissolve completely in a water, in a solvent, that is your insoluble substances. Okay, so suppose when you're talking about one example I am giving about the sedimentation. So what is the sedimentation, children? First, the process by which insoluble substance settle down, okay, is called a sedimentation. Now when we're talking about take the muddy water, and what will happen? Okay, the liquid during the sedimentation process, what will happen? The liquid is left undisturbed for some time. Okay, you put the mud in the liquid and stir it and keep it for some time. Okay, what you will see? Don't disturb that liquid. Okay, so the liquid is left undisturbed for some times. So children, you know what you will see? The heavy particles that are the insoluble solids, they will settle down at the bottom of the beaker. Okay, so this process in which insoluble substances settle down is called the sedimentation, right? And the decantation is there when the sedimentation process is over. After, you will see then the upper clear liquid, okay, when all the insoluble substance will settle down at the bottom of the beaker. So what will happen? The upper layer of the water is a clear liquid. Okay, the water will be clear. So if you want to pour into another container without disturbing the insoluble solids, okay, the insoluble the particles which is settled down at the bottom of the beaker, without disturbing that, if you pour the clear liquid, the upper clear liquid into another container, so that process is called your decantation. Okay, so I hope the sedimentation and decantation part is clear. So when we're talking about the sedimentation, in sedimentation the process where the insoluble substance will settle down. Okay, insoluble means the soluble means the substance which are not dissolved completely in water, that are the insoluble substance. So what will happen when you put some mud in the water? After some times you will see all the dust particles, okay, they are the particles which are fine, they are going to settle down at the bottom of the beaker. So this process is called the sedimentation. And after a few minutes you will see, don't disturb that liquid. Okay, and if you're going to pour the upper liquid, clear liquid, into another container without disturbing the particles which are settled down at the bottom of the beaker, that process is called your decantation. And still when we're talking about the filtration, see, in filtration a solution containing insoluble substances is passed through a filter paper. Okay, on doing so, the liquid will passes through the filter paper while the insoluble substances get retained on the filter paper. Okay, for example, salt and water can be separated by the filtration. Second example, children, you see this filtration your mama is doing. Okay, this it is used at home also. When mama is making a tea, have you seen how she is separating the tea leaves from the tea? Okay, so the the filtration is used at the home also. It is the separation of the tea leaves from the tea using the strainer. Okay, so these are the three processes of the insoluble substances, that is your sedimentation, decantation and filtration. Okay, so children, the chapter is completed. So in this chapter we have learned, first we have learned about the properties of the solid, what are the three states of matter. Okay, then the properties of solid, liquid and gases, and we have learned the changes, okay, how this So wait 1 minute, just a minute. So second thing, we have learned about the changes of the state, okay, and we have learned the processes of the evaporation, condensation, freezing, and melting. Okay, now we have learned about the what are the solute, solvent, and the solution. These are the 3 terms you have learned, okay, in this chapter. And the second, we have learned about the how to make a solution, right? And then the separation of the substances. So that was a soluble substances and your insoluble substances. Okay, bye bye to everyone. We'll meet up with the next video. Bye bye to everyone.